everybody, Manfrotto here. I've received a couple questions about kind of my full Ronin-S setup, so I wanted to give you guys a quick tour. And if you want a closer look at anything or purchase any of these items, I linked my kit in the description below. So that's an always up-to-date reference for the gear that I'm using. Up top, we have the Rode Video Micro. This is a great microphone and has excellent quality for not being a powered microphone. That is also my favorite feature, is that it doesn't have a battery. It just plugs in and works. Next down would be the camera itself. We have the Sony A7III with the G Master 16-35 f2.8. Next down would, I guess, be this cable. So this is the 20-inch Atomos coiled cable running to the Atomos Ninja. I started out with actually the smaller Atomos cable, and there was just too much tension for my liking, so I switched to the bigger cable, and is actually the perfect size. I highly recommend this if you're running any type of monitor or external recorder setup. Next down would be the Sony multi-control cable. This does not come with the DJI Ronin-S. I don't believe they ever added it to the packaging or anything like that. It was just released maybe a month ago and gives Sony users functionality to use the actual record button on the Ronin-S to start and stop recording, which should have come out of the box like this, but either way, I'm very happy to have this cable now. Next, we have the Manfrotto rapid release plate. This thing serves two great purposes. The first is that it's a riser, because when you attach certain Sony lens camera combos directly to these sleds, they kind of sit up against the barrel of the lens. So the riser gives you full access to the rings without kind of impeding their function. And the other is that it keeps you from having to rebalance your gimbal every time you remove the camera and put it back on, because this sled stays in the exact same position and you just attach and detach it directly from this plate. I think that's something that everyone would find very useful day to day. Moving downwards, we have the Atomos Ninja 5. I find this to be an excellent sized monitor, and if you're already going for something like a small HD, this gives you a lot more flexibility in being able to record two SSDs. This is a 1 terabyte Samsung Evo 860, so ton of space, a lot more than the 128 gig SD cards that I'm using in the camera. And when it comes time to transfer files, the SSD is super quick getting them onto your computer. This is the Sony Npf 970 battery, which is fairly heavy. You could get away with one of the smaller batteries because this thing is actually pretty good on battery life. Next, we have the Neewer 11-inch friction arm, which is just a really handy mounting accessory to have, and they're super cheap. And then connected to that, this is the SkyReet 1/4 inch mount plate for the DJI Ronin-S. These things are also pretty inexpensive. I think $10 or less, maybe even $8. So I have that in place of the DJI focus wheel, since that functionality doesn't work on the A7 cameras. And in the box, DJI tripod feet mounted to it, because it gives you some extra stability when you have it held out in front of you. So yeah, real quick tour. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like I said, if you want to take a closer look, my kit is linked in the description. You can see the full setup and as well as the other gear that I use. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. We'll see you next time. Bye.